In Panchatantra, there is a story about a Brahmin who was carrying a goat on his shoulder, and it so happened that four thieves who were watching him, they hatched a plan. They decided to meet the Brahmin individually at different intervals, and each time they questioned why is he carrying a donkey on his shoulder. And each time that Brahmin would say that, hey, this is not a donkey, this is a goat. But when the third person went to the Brahmin and he asked him, why are you carrying a donkey on your shoulder? The Brahmin started questioning his own intelligence. So he left the goat there and he started walking alone. Then these four thieves butchered the goat and made the feast of its meat. At the outset, it looks like a very simple story, sort of a naive thing. But let me be very honest. In today's world, we are all like that Brahman. We are all intelligent, but our intelligence is curtailed by the stupendous amount of propaganda that is being heaped on us. The propaganda from the social media and other medias. Now, what you need to understand is that each of the media is a profitable business. They need to earn money to make a living. If you are a social media influencer, you too will ask some amount of money to promote a particular brand or a particular person. So, if you have a substantial amount of money, you can run a propaganda. The question is, why is a propaganda run? For example, we are seeing a pretty influential family, making a pomp and show of all their wealth in today's world. Now, the question is very simple. Why are they doing what they are doing? The first obvious question is that these are publicly traded companies and their sustenance depends upon the market value of their particular stock price. So, each stock price, what is seen, is often traded based on the public sentiments. Most of the people who trade in the stocks have no idea as to whether these particular stocks are legitimately priced or hypothetically priced. They can't read a balance sheet. They don't know what is a profit and loss account. If you give them an annual report, they don't know whether what it is being said is actually what it is, or maybe there is something more to it. So, when people make this propaganda, they do it with the intent to tell the masses that, oh no, everything is hunky dory. If we didn't have the money, how would he buy all those kind of a people to come into his event and make a pomp and show? But then you need to understand that the kind of debt these companies are in is phenomenally high, and it is impossible to repay this kind of a debt over over a period of time. So all they have left is to make sure that their particular stock price is traded at a certain level. And because most people do not use their logic and reason and often suck up to the propaganda, what is being done by the influencers or social media or the regular media, everything goes hunky and dory. But remember one thing, even if you look in the past, there was a guy named Vijay Mallya who used to give extraordinary parties all along, and people used to sing praises about his parties. And it so happened that when he went to the banks, the bank managers who came to his party were so overwhelmed that when Vijay Mallya asked him for 15,000 crore, they didn't quite question his legitimacy. Even the senior directors, they were pretty much overwhelmed and they wrote off whatever the amount it is. And if you know the story, he gave his brand the brand value of his company as a collateral, something which never happened in Indian bank markets. So most people were not really frauds. They just didn't know how to decode this propaganda. Which is why most of the smartest investors in the world, they keep a low profile. So if you look at successful investors today, they have built their value over a period of time with patience and perseverance. When there is no patience and perseverance, and anybody who tells you to question your patience and perseverance, mind you, they are not the kind of the people you need to listen to. Because without patience and perseverance, there is no deserving success. It is easy to pretend to be successful than to be actually successful, which is why we had one guy of something whose name we all know is Anil Ambani, who once showed off his money with phenomenal things, driving from his office to his home in an helipad and things like that. We don't quite hear about them anymore. And these people are actually saying to us that they don't have a penny left in their account. So, mind you, propaganda is never works in your favor. which is why the saying goes, those who follow the crowd must know that the crowd will not follow them back. Before a boom, everybody goes mad about certain things. And if you are going to follow the boom, bear in mind you're going to be a collateral damage. Make sure you use your logic and reason and question the things that are being presented to you. If you are asking the right questions, you will see the things for yourself. I hope this helps. Until next time, pranam and namaste.